What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 74 of the Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my dining room. And today I want to give you all my Week 5 picks for the NFL, who I think is going to win, who I think is going to lose. Last week I went 11-5, so hopefully I'm going to have a repeat of that or better. I'm 40-24 overall in the season, so I'm trying to finish strong and keep on going. So let's start with the Thursday night game tonight, which is the Rams taking on the Seahawks. Now, Seattle's real good at home. I know that they've struggled. Their offensive line and their defense has struggled. But, something tells me that they might pull this off tonight. I know Russell Wilson is pretty good on Thursday nights. And, this is just a tough NFC West matchup. It really could go either way. I know both teams usually split 1-1 on the series, like pretty much every year. They rarely ever sweep each other. So I do see the Seahawks taking this tonight. Anything could happen, but I think they're going to get the win. And I'm going to go 27-23 for the Hawks. For the Sunday games, we have the Jets taking on the Falcons. This game's being played in London. This is going to be interesting. I was going to side with the Falcons, but the Jets got a big win last week over the Titans, but not a lot of people picked them to win. And the Falcons are going to be without their main receiver, Calvin Ridley. So I expect Cordell Patterson and Kyle Pitts to get the ball a lot. But, something tells me the Jets are just going to pull it off again in London. So, if I had to pick a score, I would go with the Jets winning this one. I'd go Jets 28-21. Next is the Patriots versus the Texans. The Patriots got a rough loss last week to the Bucs. It was a close game. Mac Jones played pretty good. I could see Mac Jones playing good against the Texans too. The Texans haven't looked that great. Davis Mills struggled last week. I think he'll do better this week, but at the end of the day, I don't see a path of a victory for the Texans. So give me the Patriots here. I like them to win 20-13. Next is the Lions versus the Vikings. This is a classic NFC North battle. The Lions haven't won a game this year. The Vikings only won one game. They haven't really looked that great this year either. I see this being a shootout type of game, though. I really do. I think that, both teams' defenses aren't that great. And I think that the quarterbacks are going to be able to throw the ball as they please. I do favor Minnesota in the running game, but we'll see. I think Dalvin Cook's a little banged up. So who knows if he'll be good to go. So, for those reasons, I'm going to take the Vikings to win here, 38-34. Next is the Eagles versus the Panthers. Now, this one's straight up said, never pick for the Eagles, so I'm going to go with the Panthers here. I think the Panthers get the job done 28-24. I think it'll be close. The Panthers, they got beat by the Cowboys last week. Cowboys defense did really good against them. The Eagles don't have a horrible defense, but I don't really see them stopping DJ Moore. I don't really see that. Maybe they'll stop Robbie Anderson. Him and Darnold haven't been on the same page, but I see this as a bounce back game for the Panthers. Next is the Saints versus the Washington football team. Again, I'll never pick for Washington, so I got to go with the Saints here. I just see their path of victory is going to be able to run the ball, which they did pretty well last week. Even though they blew the game versus the Giants, I think the Saints will bounce back this week. And I know Washington got a big win over the Falcons last week in a high-scoring contest. Maybe they'll be able to repeat that. I think their path of victory is if they can run the ball. But the Saints' defense is pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say really good because they lost to the Giants last week. But they're all right. I don't know. This is a tough game to pick, but I'm going to have to roll with the Saints here. I'm going to go 27-17 Saints. Next is the Titans versus the Jaguars. Now, I'm pretty sure the Titans are still going to be without their two receivers, A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. But the Jaguars just, they've struggled all year long. Even when you thought they had a chance to win against the Bengals last week, they lose. So I do see the Titans running the ball a lot with Derrick Henry. Obviously, he gets like over 30 carries a game. And I see that being their path to victory. I think it'll be a close game, though, honestly. I really do. The Titans didn't look that good without those two receivers out there. It was all just Derrick Henry. So I'm going to go Titans 20-17. Next is the Dolphins taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This should really be one-sided. I don't see how the Dolphins are going to win this game at all. I don't think they're going to be able to really run the ball. They might be able to pass, though. I know the Buccaneers have a lot of their starting cornerbacks out, so maybe that could be their path to victory, but I just don't see it happening. I'm going to have to take the Buccaneers to win here. I'm going to go 34-20. Next is the Packers versus Bengals. This is actually a pretty good game. Both teams are 3-1. Both teams are 3-1, and no one really expected the Bengals to be 3-1. People kind of expected the Packers to. The Packers have looked really good on offense. Their defense has looked all right, too. And same could be said about the Bengals, too. Their offense looks good, and their defense is looking good, too. I don't really know who to pick here. I really don't. I can't stand the Packers. But, Give me the Bengals to win 27-24. Next is the Broncos taking on the Steelers. I'm pretty sure that Teddy Bridgewater is going to be missing from this game, so in comes Drew Lock. And Drew Lock's not that good, so I could see the Steelers winning this one. But then again, the Steelers' offense have looked horrible, and the Broncos' defense has looked good. This is a tough one to pick too, man. It's a coin flip, so I'm going to go with the Broncos, though, 17-14. Next is the Bears versus the Raiders. The Bears made Justin Fields, the rookie, their new starter. Maybe that'll give them some momentum to maybe win this game. But I don't really see a clear path to victory for the Bears. Maybe if their defense could force some turnovers off Derek Carr, definitely, and get some pressure on him and make him fold, then I definitely could see the Bears having victory there. But other than that, the Raiders lost a tough game to the Chargers last week. I think they're going to bounce back. So give me the Raiders to win here. I'm going to pick the Raiders to win 26-20. Next is the Browns taking on the Chargers. This is a really good game. Really tough matchup. The Browns have such a good running game. I know Baker Mayfield has a partially torn labrum in his shoulder. But the Browns' run game has been excellent. Their defense has been underrated, too, and have been making plays. But the Chargers, man, with Justin Herbert, they've just been killing it. Like I said, this is a really tough game to pick from. But I'm going to have to pick the Browns here. I'm going to pick the Browns for the win, 21-20. Next is the Giants taking on my Cowboys. This, it's a division game, so anything can happen. The Giants did get their first win of the week last week versus the Saints, who are a tough team. The Cowboys have been playing really well this season, so I think the Giants might be able to put up some points. But in the end, I think Dak and the Cowboys get it done. 34-24 is my prediction. Next is the 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Niners looked good the first 2 weeks, haven't looked that great the past 2 weeks. And the Cardinals are undefeated. They're 4-0. The Niners are probably going to start Trey Lance. I'm not quite sure. I know Jimmy Garoppolo has a calf issue, so I think they're going to roll with the rookie here. And I expect him to have a good game. I really do. But in the end, the Cardinals just look so legit on offense and on defense too. So, give me the Cardinals to win here. I'm going to go 33-23. Next is the Bills and the Chiefs. This is another good game. This is the Sunday night game. The Bills have looked awesome the last 3 games. Sure, you could argue that they haven't really beaten anybody, but they've been blowing their opponents out. They've been crushing them. And the Chiefs have an awful defense. I expect this to be a shootout. Because the Chiefs defense really is just horrible, but they still have Patrick Mahomes, they still have Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce. So if I have to pick a winner, it's 50-50, but I'm going to roll with the Chiefs here. I'm going to go 35-31, the Chiefs getting the win. And for the Monday night game, we have the Colts taking on the Ravens. The Colts finally got their first win of the season last week. The Ravens have won 3 straight. This does sort of look like a mismatch. I think it can be a close game. I'm going to side with the Ravens here, though, 24-17. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram. like and share my page. Thank you all for listening. Have a great day.